Everybody, welcome back to Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. As always, make sure you're cracking that like button for us here on the live show. Our live stream every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For you, those of you looking to join us every day. Again, guys, it's pretty darn cool to see you all every day. So I appreciate that. What's up, Miss Pittsburgh? What's up, Thomas Martin? Steelers for life. What's up, Joshua Shields? What's up? What is up, Steelers Nation? We are here again talking Steelers football and really just diving in, man, to the daily grind. Talking about this football team, trying to figure out what is going on. I got several topics that I'd like to discuss. What's up, Bills Productions? How are you, my friend? Just wanted to dive in a little bit and see, what's going on here, what the news of the day is in terms of the Pittsburgh Steelers and OTAs and things of that nature. We've heard several different things from the players and their media availability. So that's been cool to hear and see. So yes, several things going on. I want to talk about a young Calvin Austin. I want to talk a little bit about Arthur Smith and what he is meaning to this offense and this franchise and this building and what he is bringing to that. I also want to talk a little bit about Broderick Jones. I want to talk a little bit about a Keanu Benton thing. We'll see if we can get all to this or to everything before the end of the show. I will also be going live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Steelers Nation Australia, going to talk Steelers football with Mark over there on that channel. So a long night of hearing my jib run. So, yeah, a long night of podcasting here. We're going to make things work and get things cranking along here. As always, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us. So I would truly appreciate it. Like it, share it to all your friends. And, yeah, that's what we'll do. Bills Prods, TD, what's up, man? Steel City Live. George, what's up, my friend? What's your opinion on the Bills? My opinion on the Bills is... I wonder to myself about the Bills with this. Do you think, Bills production, do you think it'll be better for Josh Allen to have gotten rid of Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis? Do you think it's going to benefit him losing those guys in terms of finding a new dynamic with other pass catchers? You got guys like big time Chase Claypool, but anyway, just do you think that dynamic is going to be a little bit better? I wonder that. I've been thinking about that with the Bills as I started to break down last night other AFC teams and really start to look at teams. I'm not fully through, even an eighth of them, but I started my little roll through last night, getting a little bit of general familiarity with some of these teams. And I got to say, it makes me wonder. And yes, when you pay a quarterback $50 million a year, you start to lose players in certain positions and things of that nature. So you have to be able to draft well. And that's part of the reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers, I feel like, have been able to capitalize off of not having a quarterback contract. So that's something, to always look at. Hold on, guys. I'm going to hit my do not disturb here. All right, let me hit that. And that's done. What's up? Thomas Martin, I'll hear you over on Mark's channel later. Awesome, man. That's cool, too. Guys, let's travel well, though, over there. Anybody that doesn't already, go over there with me and chat it up, man. Show out how... Mike Drop Sports can travel. I would truly appreciate that. That would be something really cool to see. Big Stretch, what's up, my friend? Wesley Boyd, what's up? Let's weld. Absolutely, let's weld. No doubt, baby. Craig Werlow. Andrew Filipponi saying within 2 or 3 years, Skeens will overtake TJ Watt and Crosby. He is high. Remember his hot takes of Kenny Pickett. Really, really funny. Yeah, I don't get on board with Pony too much. I think some of his stuff is good, and he's knowledgeable what's going on, but he tries to produce a lot of hot takes, so I ain't necessarily on board with that sometimes. But Paul Skeens, yes, he plays for the Pirates. I think he's going to be a monster. I think he's going to be one of the league's best, but do the Pirates do Pirates things? And you won't see him in the Pirates uniform very long. That's the problem with the Pirates. Their unwillingness to pay, their unwillingness to steady that franchise. And again, hopefully one day here on this channel, I have Sean who really enjoys baseball. I do too. I hope to continue to add more and more Pittsburgh sports. So I hope to add a baseball playlist. I hope to add a hockey playlist. And I hope to have live shows for every one of them as we grow this Mic Drop Sports. Maybe you could call it a network, a franchise. I don't know what you would want to call it, but I would like to have several guys, contributing and putting out several different shows about different sports. That's the real goal here, guys. That's the end all be all. We'll see how it all goes, though. I don't think he'll take over the TJ Watt and Crosby, but they're both older players. So, yeah, maybe. It could happen because they're not going to be here for, a decade more or anything like that. TJ Canada says Steelers all the way. Yeah. Canada, baby. I love Canada. Appreciate you guys watching from Canada for sure. Home of Sidney Crosby, a Canadian. Definitely cool, though, that you all watch. And it's so odd to me whenever I hear people from other countries. And I'm like, oh, my Lord. Like, that's so crazy, like, that we have people from other countries, And I know Canada's right next door, but still, it's really cool. Bill's prods. Yes, because the other guys will stay longer. They are younger. Yeah, but you got to have them produce. That's the thing, Bill's production. When you bring in these new wide receivers, you got to have them produce, and you're taking a gamble. You know what I mean? When you have a proven commodity, yes, you have to pay them too. But when you have an inflated quarterback salary, things become tricky, man. And I always tell you the cap's a fictitious number. They can adjust it, and they can make things happen, which they can. But it's still a tricky waters to navigate, and you really got to be ultra focused. You got to have a super good capology type guy on your payroll, man, and those things really become sticky situations, George Teston, Miss Pittsburgh, what's up? Mark is cool and knowledgeable. Awesome. I had him on here once before, Thomas. So, yeah, I'm familiar with him. It should be a really fun conversation for sure. No doubt about it. We'll see what we dive into. Beer malls, till they trade him, the Yankees. Exactly. That's what's going to happen with him. I like baseball and hockey. That's from Thomas Martin. I want to do it, man. I have to become a little bit more knowledgeable myself. I feel like I could do it with baseball. Hockey, I'm a big fan of, but I have to learn that game a little bit more in depth. Baseball, I could do. Baseball, I could pick it up and do it tomorrow. Football is my first love of sport, but I could do that. And I could do auto racing. I like that a lot too. I like fighting and things like that, So we could do some other things. We'll see how this all progresses. So it should be a really fun ride, no doubt about it. And then hopefully in the next year or two, these things start happening because somebody told me, somebody else that's in this like podcasting type game, live streaming type stuff, just do it. Don't wait. Just do it. If you want to do it, do it. Don't wait around. Jeremiah Yoder, we are at the end of May, and are you ready to see our Pittsburgh Steelers playing hard-nosed, smash-mouth Pittsburgh Steelers football? I'm ready. I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely ready. Craig Werlow, thank God NFL and NHL has salary caps. Yeah, absolutely. Roberta, yes, loves Sid the Kid. Yeah, me too. My favorite time in Pittsburgh hockey, though, in my opinion, was back in the day with Mike Lang and when you had Lemieux and Yager and they were winning cups. And it just was so special to hear some of those calls, scratch my back with a hacksaw. You had Tommy Barrasso in the net. Like, those were such great memories. And I have really fond memories of the modern day Penguins too. Like, really cool stuff. TD, I saw in the news today, ESPN forecasted that the Steelers get 5 wins this year and will be worse than they the last season. Dude, if any of you listen to anything ESPN or its contributors have to say, you're leading yourself down a bad path, guys. These guys are looking at all 32 teams in a broad spectrum. And they really don't understand the inner workings of any ball club. They are going off of strictly analytics alone, which is okay, but you really got to know the inner workings of a ball team before you can really start to make gross predictions like that. 5 wins. That just doesn't happen in Pittsburgh Steelers world. That's not the world we live in the NFL. That's not the world we live in as Pittsburgh Steelers fans in the franchise. If that were to happen, you would see this franchise absolutely get flipped upside down. I don't see that would ever happen. I just don't see it happening. Mike Tomlin, I know I've bagged on him a little bit, but let's just face the facts. He's too good of a coach. He's not that kind of a coach. He wouldn't allow a 5-win team. It wouldn't happen. So I think ESPN and the big box media and their narratives they try to push is absolutely ridiculous. I can't buy into it no more. I don't even turn on NFL Network. I don't turn on ESPN. I don't turn on any of it anymore because the takes that you get from them are absolutely just horrendous and unknowledgeable. There's some guys that I can deal with, you know. Back in the day when they had Merrill Hodge on ESPN, I thought that was amazing. Merrill Hodge, super knowledgeable about everything football. You had him on there. You could trust that source. You could trust that knowledge. Some people like that I can trust, but others, man, it's just super hard to watch. Elvis has left the building. That is awesome. Yeah, Elvis has left the building. Oh, man. God, Mike Lang was just something special. What a Pittsburgh treasure, man. Let's see. Roberta Campbell, yeah, I saw that show with Mark as guest for your channel. You two are my favorite. Thank you, Roberta. I appreciate that. Beer Malls, I don't believe that Tom either. We won with Kenny and Mason Mitch at the helm last year. Offense and defense has improved if Tomlin will put the players at the right positions. And if you watch my daily download today, guys, that is one grave mistake that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have made, and they are self-inflicting that on themselves currently. This is with this offensive line, and that is the most important group on this field right now in my eyes that needs the most attention. And I know wide receiver is a big topic of discussion. I know the quarterback room. But if it doesn't go with the offensive line, if you can't get them together, you can't get the right product out there, the right combination of people, this whole thing falls apart offensively. You can't score a damn point. And if that is where it has to begin, guys, the offensive linemen are the most important. They should get paid the most, to be honest with you, because if the offensive line doesn't work, nothing works. The offensive linemen are the guys that take the beating, the guys that do the dirty work, man. The men in the trenches are the most important people on the football field, hands down. They can change games. They can dictate the pace of games. They are just so very important, guys. And if you watch my daily upload today, I talked about that, and I talked about why the Pittsburgh Steelers need to figure out and quick and in a hurry who they're putting in what position. They need to quit the Dan Moore Jr. shit unless you're truly believing that he is going to be on this roster moving forward, and that means you're going to be sitting one of your first-round picks in Troy Fautanu or Broderick Jones. Take your pick. Or put him in the background and make him a backup swing tackle type guy. He already says he can't play right. Get rid of him if that's the case. I don't want to see anymore. Because why, guys? Offensive linemen in this grouping, they're going to require a lot of reps to become a cohesive group, man. They need to be able to almost speak to each other in a telepathic way. That's when you become an elite offensive line. And until that happens, it's bullshit. You can't keep moving people around. If you want Broderick Jones to be your franchise left tackle, put his ass there and leave him there. If you want Dan Moore to be your right tackle or left tackle, put him there and leave him there. If you want Troy Fautanu to be a right tackle, put his ass there, leave him there, let him start, let him take his lumps, and end it. You are self-inflicting a wound if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you're getting yourself behind the 8 ball already this offseason. And I know there's high hopes. I have them too. But guys, if this offensive line isn't figured out real quick and in a hurry, in an Mike Tomlin type way, there's going to be issues. And Mike Tomlin, That is one of his deficiencies, guys. He doesn't know when to put the personnel in. He doesn't know when to pull personnel. His loyalties run too deep sometimes, and his thought process on that sometimes is absolutely totally skewed, and he needs to stop it. And he has to get these guys in there, let them take their lumps, let them learn, let them grow as a group. It has to happen, guys. It absolutely has to happen. And until that does, spells trouble, and it spells trouble, and I can smell the trouble brewing already, man. Roberta, I am so ready for Steeler football. Actually, on the past 10 years, the Penguins were playing actually better than the Steelers, but since the new owners with the Penguins, they have dropped off, it seems. Yeah, the Pens definitely disappointed me this year. I need playoff hockey back in my life. I need my Penguins to be back in the playoffs. I miss coming home what feels like every day because the series is so long. I miss coming home and knowing that that game's going to be on, and playoff hockey is absolutely phenomenal. Shit, dude. I love it. I miss it. What is up, Sean? Sean's in the house. Most of the national sports TV shows suck. They do. Guys, honestly, if you want real takes about your football team, this is the type of channels. This is the type of content that you should be watching. People that actually are involved with your football team, that know what is going on currently with your football team. That's what you need to watch. Hit the like button. Support your creators. And it doesn't have to be Jason from Mike Drop Sports on here on this show, Steel City Live. It doesn't have to be on our live stream. It doesn't have to be on our daily uploads. But go find somebody that you really, really like. Somebody that you really want to watch and watch them. They know more than these national media guys. I'm telling you. These national media guys, they are painting with too broad of a brush. You're not getting the correct and accurate information. You're just not. Craig Warlow, the best show on ESPN was NFL Matchup on Sunday mornings. Yeah, that was all right. I appreciate that show. Big Stretch, what's up? That's okay. Let them talk. Build the fire of our favorite team. Absolutely, guys. I love it when they count the Steelers out because it's so funny to watch. Because that's when the Steelers actually do good. It's kind of crazy to me. I want to talk about one thing, though, that I'm seeing with this Pittsburgh Steelers team, and you're hearing it ring out through this locker room, especially in the media availability times. And that is what Arthur Smith is bringing to this ball club. So I want to dive into that probably here next. Let me catch up on the chat. Chicago, Landon Marley, what's up? How are you? Roberta, you're so right about the men in the trenches. Thank you. Yes, they are. And very important. Craig Warlow, damn more backup or trade. My thoughts exactly, Craig. Beer Miles post-Ben era. Tomlin's winning seasons have been a blessing and a curse. We have a winning season, but we don't get high draft picks to rebuild. Kenny was very, very hopeful, but it didn't quite pan out. Yeah. You have to really be good with your picks, and I feel like they have been the past couple seasons. But when you're picking in the mid-20s, low 20 area consistently, you have to make sure that your scouting department and that you're all on the same page and you're making quality picks. And you can't reach for certain position, and you need to ensure that you build at the foundational spots. And I think they have here in the last couple years, and I'm really excited about that. But you can't have the Mike Tomlin curse of not knowing when to put players in, not knowing when to take players out. That's an issue, man. That's a real, real issue. Did the Steelers sign another tight end? Shoot. Did they? They may have signed another camp guy. Let me see. I don't see any. I don't know, man. They have few. Steelers are signing former Chiefs tight end Isaiah Gathings today following a successful tryout. Guys, they got to bring in camp bodies. They got to fill out to a 90-man roster. Don't get excited about some of these guys, some of these signings, but you are right, Craig. I didn't know that. Thank you for pointing that out. I really, truly appreciate that. I did not see that. Beer Mall. So I love the big time shakeup we pulled off, grabbing Russ and Fields out of free agency, and getting some good draft picks, better than what they've been doing. Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. I think over the last 2 seasons, you saw the player personnel situation become a lot better with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Okay, he was talking to Craig. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live, our daily live stream, our daily show here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason. Your likes and your comments are very much appreciated. Also, get yourself that Mike Drop Mafia membership, 99 cents a month. You can find that in your couch cushions. It's about what the Pittsburgh Steelers paid for Justin Fields to the Chicago Bears, a handful of change. That's about what they paid for him. So you can come up with that and join and get entered into our giveaways and become a Mafia member and become one of the fastest growing communities, I feel like, in the Steelers niche, in the Steelers realm. I feel like we are rapidly growing, and you should join and make sure that you're on board with us. We have great conversations here every day. Let me get back to the chat. Beer Malls. I really like PTI and Around the Horn. ESPN shows those guys were right around happy hour. Get out of work and watch your shows. Get out now. And I watch my Mike Drop Sports with other shows. Hey, man, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm glad we're part of your rotation. No doubt about that. Craig Warlow, I love your content, and I smashed that like button. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate you guys so much. Your kind words are very, very, very awesome, man, and I thank you all so much. I bust my butt trying to make sure that it's something enjoyable for you, so it's nice to hear whenever you guys say that it is. But let's continue to talk about what we were talking about there, and it's something very important. What is Arthur Smith bringing to this Pittsburgh Steelers team? And I think it's several things. One, I think, is the biggest, and you've heard this from several players, guys, and it makes you wonder what was going on with Matt Canada, but I can give you a little insight onto the Matt Canada situation here in a second. But Arthur Smith is bringing accountability to this roster. It's not about just, hey, guys, here's the playbook. Good luck. It's not about that. It's about being accountable, holding your brother accountable on a team. You can see Arthur Smith really, really, really focusing on accountability and physicality and work ethic and will to win and drive to win and coming every day and winning the day. You hear that as a theme from Mike Tomlin, from Arthur Smith, and you got to be excited when you're starting to hear all these players be on board with this, guys. And they're talking about how they study and what they're going over and the accountability that's being held to each guy. Each guy is there to hold up the standard of Pittsburgh Steelers football. And I think Arthur Smith is breathing new life back into that. And I think coupled with a coach like Mike Tomlin, whom I think this year needs to take his thumbs off of the program a little bit and allow himself to become the true CEO, the true manager of it all, and allow his coordinators and his specialists to do the job that he hired them to do. Allow that to happen and watch the fire get brought back into this building. Watch the fire get brought back into these players to where you're going to see a different element of football this year from them. One of passion, one of real desire and want. And I like that. And you can't say enough about a coach whenever your players are out there talking about, hey, we get better every day. The fight in Arthur is unreal. I love the way he's coaching us. And they can take the hard coaching because they really love the guy's character. They love the way the guy's pushing them. They love the way he's accountable for himself and how he holds them accountable. You can't get any better, man. And I got to say, I'm truly excited really to see an Arthur Smith-led Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Truly, truly excited. Now, when they originally made this hire, I wasn't head over heels about it. I wanted more of an exciting football guru type guy. But the more time that went on, the more I learned about Coach Smith, the more that I've heard players talk about Coach Smith, I think they hit a home run with the hire. So we'll just say, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, guys, let's get them likes up here as we're about 23 minutes into our live stream. Let's get those likes up. I'm going to grab a drink. Don't forget, tonight I'll be on Steelers Nation Australia. I think Mark said 8:30. 8:30 should be the time we start. So come on over and show up and show out, and let's show everybody how Mike Drop Sports fans travel. I'll truly, truly appreciate that. Beer Malls, Isaiah Gathering, yeah, however you say his name. Apparently they padding the depth at tight end. Yeah, guys, a lot of these are going to be depth padding. That's what they're doing here. Like that running back move. You'll see a lot. You'll see a lot of these players in and out, in and out. Roberta Campbell, chances are the Steelers for sure will be one to come out better than the Bears with Fields trade. Bears haven't been the best with QB picks now, and I think that Caleb Williams is going to be an absolute bust, a smash up, monstrous, huge bust. He completed 3 passes out of 17 at OTAs in one period. 3 passes ain't enough. I don't know. I know it's OTAs, so I'm not riding the guy too hard. It's just my opinion that I thought that he was going to be a bust from the minute that he entered the draft. You put a smile on my face during some rough times. Thank you. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, Craig. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you're having a good time, man. Miss Pittsburgh, let's go, people. Let's hit the shit out of that like button and subscribe and share the best show in town here at Mike Drop Sports. Steel City Live. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh. Let's face it, the players are just so happy to have a real OC. Yeah, Roberta, and I'm going to piggyback off your comment there, Roberta, real quick, if you don't mind. When you say a real OC, I couldn't agree more because, guys, there's so many reports out there of what Matt Canada wasn't doing. And he had an office, I guess, like out of the way in the building a little bit. And that's where you'd find him all the time, in his own little hole. And he didn't get out there and really interact with players. He really wasn't holding them accountable. He really wasn't doing the hard work that is required to be a coordinator, to be a mid-tier level coach. And that is exactly what these coordinators are, mid-tier guys, man. And they need to be down there, feet on the ground, really helping these guys out. Going to players and asking them, in my opinion, hey, man, do you got these plays? Do you understand your assignment? Do you need to go over the scheme? I think you need to have some of that in the building. And I really, really, truly appreciate a coach that's really hands-on. And I think you're seeing that from Arthur Smith because you're getting the resounding, the players speaking out so highly of him. You wouldn't get that if that wasn't the case, is what I'm saying. You wouldn't get these, cheers for Arthur if it wasn't happening. And I truly believe that he is preaching some quality things inside of that offensive room as a whole. And they're meeting as a whole. It's not just a go to your position group room. And that's what they did with Matt Canada. You go to your position group and that's it. And you heard that many times. Also, guys, I heard a guy like Calvin Austin speak today talking about, hey, if you ain't on board with what's going on here, you ain't on board with the work ethic, you ain't on board with the way that we're running the program here, we don't want you. And he spit it right out there. And you got to really admire that. If you're not on board with the program, you're not on board with what is going on inside of that building, get out. Get gone, bro. They don't want you. And it says a lot about Coach Zani, too, in that wide receiver room, because I think he has really breathed some real confidence into guys like a Calvin Austin, into some of these guys that are lower tier wide receivers currently in the NFL. And really breathe some confidence into him. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Calvin Austin right now with his work ethic. Again, I don't know how many reps he would be able to get. He was talking about, last year after he hit that big over-the-top touchdown, that he thought that his time was really coming of age and that he was going to be able to be involved a hell of a lot more. But you didn't see that, and Calvin kind of alluded to Matt Canada being a real turd. That's why that didn't happen. So who knows? Who knows what the real situation was there? All right, guys, let's get back to the chat. Laughing my ass off. I like that. Jason, take the thumbs off a little bit, Tom. Yeah, he needs to, man. Ryan Dorn, what's up? I got a good one-liner I heard the other day, and you just used in reference to Arthur Smith. He is bringing to the table or taking from the table. Canada was hurting us. Yeah, he was, man. No doubt about it. Beer malls, they really are. Canada stuck around too long. Yeah, and that was part of the loyalty problem that I talk about with sometimes the Steelers. They're loyal to a fault. Mike Tomlin, loyal to a fault. And they want to give people every opportunity to succeed, and I appreciate that. But sometimes you got to know when to pull the plug, and I think sometimes that's where Coach Mike gets a little bit off track. for lack of a better term. He just doesn't know when to pull the plug sometimes, guys. And it's really disturbing to me to have a head coach that doesn't understand that. And it really bothers me in certain situations. You saw that with the Mitchell Trubisky situation last year when you knew damn well he wasn't getting the job done. Mitch didn't have a chance here, man. It is what it is. He wasn't performing. You had Mason Rudolph, a guy that you have watched for years and you knew what he could do, and you yet still wouldn't put him in. Mason never got that chance until late, and he was able to come in and do well. But imagine maybe if the Pittsburgh Steelers turned to a guy like Mason before or after the Arizona game and they'd have got that extra win, maybe they would have been in a much better playoff situation and maybe not had to go on the road to a hostile Buffalo Bills Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, and take on the Bills in the first round in the wild card round. Maybe they would have had a different matchup and been able to maybe get out of that first round and build some momentum with a quarterback that was really getting hot. Let's keep going. Remember last year, that was epic drama. We scored a TD. The camera scanned to Canada in the box saying, let's go. Yeah, but then you look at Kenny Pickett too with people saying, oh, he's doing so well. It's like Cuzzo had like 6 touchdown passes in his NFL career and played a gazillion games and got more of an opportunity than most people ever get with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Roberta Campbell, I agree with you about Caleb. I don't think that he was the best quarterback in this draft. Was not surprised the Bears chose him. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in this draft, and the Washington Commanders hit a freaking home run with that kid. With that man, he is going to prove a lot of people wrong about him. He should have been the number 1 overall selection if you want to win football games. Let's go, Steelers Nation. Stephen Carpenter, what's up? Steel City Live, let's weld. Amen, let's weld, baby. Beer Malls, then we forced Canada to take the sidelines and coach. They would pan to Canada on the sidelines and show them talking. Yeah, guys, that became a real freaking circus. And I don't like circuses. And you look at people like a coach like Bill Belichick. You look at Mike Tomlin. You look at all these coaches around the league. I don't think they really appreciate the circus bullshit. And I know the media tries to force that narrative sometime. But, man, I would have never brought Matt Canada down on the field. The circus was ridiculous, man. What's the difference if you can call players from the booth or what? You have assistants down there. Let them talk to the damn players. It's a little too late, man, for Matt Canada at that point in my eyes. I think he should have been fired. I don't think there should have been any major adjustments. They should have just said, look, dumbass, you suck. Get the hell out. We're finished, man. Be blunt about it, Mikey T. Grow a set of cojones, man. Fire his ass. Get him up out of there. Craig Werlow, brain fart on his name, but hearing Falcons quarterback won't be ready to start the season. Kirk Cousins suffered that Achilles injury. He may be, maybe not. I'm not sure about that one, Craig. That would be something cool for you guys if you looked it up and seen. I'm not 1,000% sure. I'm not 1,000% sure. Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, shouldn't have got paid $100 million. But, hey, he got a damn good negotiation tactic. My man gets paid. Super paid. Crazy how he gets paid and always gets guaranteed deals. All right, guys, let's make sure we're hitting that like button here on our daily live stream, Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm Jason. Again, make sure you subscribe to our channel also and enter our giveaways by becoming a Mic Drop Mafia member for 99 cents a month. You get cash prizes and all those types of things, and it really becomes really cool for you guys. And I also really try to answer all your chat questions. Sometimes I don't get to them all, but I do my damn best. Roberta, first Canada only had 3 plays, run, pass. Yeah, you can't go out there and do run, pass. It's ridiculous. You got to mix it up. Blue Star with the working class struggle. Working class people do struggle, man, no doubt about it. But we are the backbone of this country. Beer Malls, I'm serious. Last year was just the best reality show I've ever seen. What a roller coaster. Fire Canada. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Sean Hall is, who do you think we will get for a true number 2 wide receiver? I really want us to take a look at Zay Jones or CJ Shark. I wouldn't complain about either one, Sean. but I think it's a really monster question mark because I think the possibilities are far more than just those two guys. I think that there is a lot of opportunity out there in terms of trade. I think there's a lot of opportunity out there. And I think after June 1st here, you'll quickly see the market really shift and you're going to see some different things happen here, Sean. I truly, truly believe that they will add somebody, but I'm not exactly 1,000% sure of who that may be. I think once June 1st hits here, I'll take a real deep dive into it. We'll start to see who teams let go. We'll start to see how this whole market shifts, and I could give you a more definitive answer then, but I know nothing will happen until after June 1, which is only a few days away, and quite possibly may not happen even until in July. So don't get nervous, Steelers Nation. Things will happen. Omar Khan will add another wide receiver. It's just the question of when this transpires. All right, Ryan Dorn. Another thing I like about Arthur Smith is he has a lot of intestinal fortitude. You remember he jumped in the face of the Saints coach after Jameis Winston did that fake knee to score at the end. Yeah, I think Arthur's very passionate about what he does, and I think that shows, and it shows within his players also. His players really speak highly of him, and you've not really heard any ill words spoken about Arthur Smith. It didn't work out in Atlanta. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. The situation, the ownership, the whole rigmarole. Sometimes guys just aren't, head coach type people, man. Things don't work out sometimes. So we'll see how it goes. But I really like the addition of Arthur Smith. Beer Malls, Durham. Yeah, Arthur ain't like some coordinators. I think this guy has been a head coach. I like that. Yeah, he's definitely with the Falcons. He had a great stint with the Tennessee Titans, running the number 2 offense in the entire NFL at the time. At times they were, really stepping up their game, man, and they played some really good football. All right, guys, let's make sure we hit that like button. There should be 3 little white dots on some of your phones or wherever you're watching. You could hit like that way, hit those 3 little dots. It'll drop down and hit like. Or you could just back out of the live chat and hit like and then come right back into the conversation. So it's really easy, and it's a fun way, and it's the best way to support your creators. All right, guys. Douglas Ball defense will benefit from a new OC and an intelligent Russell Wilson, less 3 and outs. Absolutely, Douglas. I hear you loud and clear there, my friend. The defense will benefit, guys, and you may see a more healthy defense, especially late in the year. And with the way the Pittsburgh Steelers really want to run the football, you hear that from the offensive linemen. They really are preaching that physicality, the way they want to run the football. Time of possession is going to be of the utmost importance. And if you see the Steelers really win that time of possession matchup each week, I think you're going to have a very successful 2024. I think that the time of possession in a football game is really going to tell the story of how that game went. And it tells me a lot every time I look at a box score. It's a very rare thing that a team loses the time of possession battle and wins a game. It's very rare. So I really think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take that leap and really learn how to control and grind the football and change the pace of the game. And don't be surprised, guys, if you're seeing this run-first physical football team being preached to you all off season. And don't be surprised if the first damn play from scrimmage, they don't come out 5 wide and light shit up. Don't be surprised, because you will see wrinkles. And I'm not saying that that's how they'll run their offense all the time. You are going to see a physical Arthur Smith offense. You are going to see the big heavy sets, the big jumbo packages. But don't be shocked when you see them come out in some different formations and really become different, really get exotic. And I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised by some of the splash plays that will create, as Mike Tomlin likes to put it. Love you from Afghanistan. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Shaif. Sorry, man, if I mispronounced your name. I truly apologize. Beer Malls. Falcons suck, but I like how Arthur has head coach experience. He knows what's going on. Yeah, no doubt, man. I like guys that have experience all over. Let me keep going. Roberta Campbell, UT, actually, it is a better for him with Washington. With their new ownership, hopefully that team will be a much better franchise now. Dirty RCs, what's up? I broke my hand 3 days before the first football practice. Damn, dude, that sucks, Dirty RCs. Man, that does suck. Sorry about that. Well, good luck getting rehabbed and getting back there. You can play with the cast on your hand. I've done it, so you can definitely do that. Douglas Ball, like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, man. Brooke PS, what's good? What's good? What's up? Name, no. Dude, don't ask me, please, guys, don't ask me to name this shit for edits and stuff like that. That gets on my damn nerves. I get too many chat comments for name a fruit for an edit. Like, go shove a fruit up your ass, man. Like, I don't want to, that's so stupid. Sorry, that just irritates the shit out of me. Hey, that is what Kirk has done the best since he's been in the NFL, is know how to get paid like Revis Otley. Yeah, he does know how to get paid, Roberta. He makes some cash. Honestly, I've always viewed the AFC as more competitive than the NFC. Me too. I always find the AFC to be a more hard-nosed conference, man. No doubt about it. Oh, it's crazy, though. You wouldn't think that to be the case. Like, you would think that there would be good parity and good competition the whole way across. But I definitely feel like the AFC is a more high-charged division or conference. Ryan Stanley, how the heck do you hit the like button? Where is it on these live shows? Ryan, there's 3 little white dots up here in the right-hand corner of your screen. You can hit it that way. You can hit those 3 little dots. The drop-down box will come. Or you can back out of the live chat and hit it that way. So I appreciate you doing it either way, though. Thank you. The heart button. Yeah, you can hit the heart button, too. It don't do too much, I don't think. I don't know what that does. I think it just shows, like, little hearts and stuff popping up, like, in the chat. I think Shark signed with the Chargers. He may have, Ryan. I haven't really been paying attention to that. Should be interesting names out there after June 1. Yes, no doubt. Wesley Boyd, Ryan, hit the 3 dots. Okay, yeah, thank you guys for telling people how to do it too. Armand, do we get a compensatory pick if Najee Harris leaves after this season? I guess so, but I don't know. That is an interesting question. I can't remember exactly how it works. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option, so I don't think they get anything, to be honest with you, for that. I think that's a little bit of a different situation. I'll have to check on that, Armand. Ryan Stanley, it only gives me the option to dislike. Does that mean I already liked it? Probably, Ryan, yeah. Beer Malls, yeah, remember the Jets, Revis. Yeah, from Pittsburgh area, man. Aliquip his own. Wesley Boyd, Beer Malls, beat the corner or something in the league, they said. Beat the cover corner or something in the league, they said. CL Arthur Smith definitely doesn't need the money, so he does. Yeah, his dad owns FedEx, guys. Sean Hollis, well, maybe we can trade Najee to a team who really needs him or wants him, especially when the market's set in June. How you spoke of earlier, I wouldn't put it past Omar Khan to pull something. I wouldn't either. You got Dan Moore that I think is a possible trade bait target. Maybe Najee is. I don't know. I think they have a lot of plans for Najee here in 2024, run the football. But you're right. Maybe they do put a trade package together and we lose some of these people that we're currently talking about today, incorporating them into the situation, Maybe it makes things a lot easier and a lot different, But that definitely could happen. My concern at quarterback is can either throw well over the middle. I think they can. I just don't think that, they've maybe... It's very hard to say. We'll see how that goes, Armand. I'm not going to say one way or another because I think Justin Fields has some major deficiencies. I know Russell has struggled at times with certain situations, throwing the ball into particular locations. So we'll just have to continue to monitor that and see how this system and scheme sets up for them to succeed in that area. Because I think if you're in the right situation, the right scheme, the right format, and the right play sets, I think if you're calling as a quarterback the right audibles and checks to get in the right situations, you can be successful, way more successful than what you were maybe in your previous location as a player, your previous team, your previous offense. So we'll have to see exactly how these guys really fit into this offense. We'll see, how they are using the pass game, where they're using the tight ends, and how they're utilizing him. But that brings me to one thing here. When you talk about the middle of the football field, I think you're going to have a menace in Pat Freiermuth. I think you're going to have a menace in Darnell Washington. And I think that many are discounting the Connor Hayward situation. He's a hell of a ball player, and I think that he can be utilized in a more Dallas Clark type way. You remember, guys, I've been preaching that for a very long time, and some media guy just today or yesterday, one of the two, asked him about that. Are you going to be used in a more H-back type role? I really think that that's the way they should have been using him last year, and I said it on live streams over and over. They're missing the boat with an untapped resource in Connor Hayward. He can create mismatches. He is a mismatch nightmare in some situations, depending on how you line them up. I wouldn't be opposed as to see a 3 tight end set this offseason or this season with a Darnell and Pat as the bookends, or one of them out there in the big slot role, and also maybe use a wing back like a Connor Hayward in that H-back type role. And I think that you really could create some weird situations for opposing defenses, and a puzzling situation for opposing defenses, to where they really have to think and they really have to start adjusting. And I think that would put them on their heels, to where you can get those splash plays and really make a big difference offensively. And I think it could spell good things. I definitely think they have personnel right now that they could use to really make a big, big difference. All right, guys, we're probably going to go for another 5 minutes or so. I'm going to cut the show about 10 minutes shorter. We'll see how the conversation flows, but that's just my kind of plan for tonight. Talking will really screw your voice up, and I already do it 5 days a week, so adding an extra podcast onto there, I just need like an extra 10 minutes here in between shows to drink some water and rest my voice a little bit. And then we're going to go over to Steelers Nation Australia. We're going to talk football with Mark, talk Steelers with Mark. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you over there, because we here at Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live, we travel well, baby. We're like, hey, Steeler Nation travels well everywhere, so why not with us? Shia Keller, how do you think the Pats going to look? I don't really expect much from the Patriots in this year. I think that they're in a massive rebuild. I think they're figuring some things out. I'd look for them maybe to be back on track here in the next 2 years is what I think the timetable is. And we'll see how that all goes. But I definitely think that this year is going to be a little bit of a transition year, Shia, for the Patriots. Again, I'll be taking a more deeper dive into the rest of the AFC teams, and really giving you guys a better inside look at those teams as we move forward. Man, I keep blocking my light. I got to move my light. This lighting sucks in here, guys. Can't wait to be out of the Airbnb. Freiermuth could have a huge season this offseason. I think so, man. Douglas Ball, first play of the year, guaranteed will be moved for 20 yards down the middle. Wouldn't that be something? I like it. Craig Warlow, I don't like how all of our division games are late in the year. Yeah, it's tough, man. You're just going to have to weather the storm. It's one of the historically, hardest schedules that I've seen anyway. Ryan Dorn, we used to run that 5 wide constantly with Cordell Stewart and Mike Tomczak. Yeah, I like old Cordell, old Slash. Cordell Stewart, what a man ahead of his time. Do you imagine if Cordell Stewart played in today's game, what he would be making? I feel like he's a better version of Lamar Jackson, and I know a lot of you like Lamar Jackson. I think that he is a regular season quarterback, never going to hoist a Lombardi trophy. He just isn't built for that. That's not the type of player he is, but that's a conversation for another day. But I think old Slash would have made some bucks, bro, in this NFL. 5 wide. Yes, AFC North is tough. I think so. I think it's one of the toughest anyway. Beer Malls, we always pinpoint a receiver in first down. Beer Malls, when Ben would head out on third down shotgun, I'd feel it in my plums. Like Big Ben getting the first down, no doubt. Malachi Smith, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Steelers Nation, I have high hopes this year. We can change the players at Steeler Nation, making them better. I think we will have a 10-12 win season. I hope so. I predicted 10 wins. I think that that's a very fair estimate. We'll see. Yes, yeah. Last year, Kenny checked down. Yeah, check down Kenny. I agree with you about Connor Hayward. Thank you. I think he definitely would. Spurs play 4-4-2 with Van Devan right back, and I don't watch basketball, buddy. Sorry, Gunner. Roberta, see you there, Jason. Thank you. I am sick of all the checkdowns. Me too, Wesley. All right, man. We'll see y'all over there. Damn right, we travel. Let's weld. Absolutely, big stretch. We will get it done. Jason, I've heard hot tea. Yes, it does. Hot tea, honey, and put a little spice in there sometimes. I just like it. I don't know. I just like spicy ass stuff. Uh, all right, guys. I got to wrap it up because definitely, I know it's only 10 minutes shorter than what we normally do. But I appreciate you guys so very much. I like to go for 80 minutes, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go. I'm going to check my family, check the kids, all that kind of stuff. My other son is at football practice until 9 o'clock tonight. So my wife is going to go get him. So we got all these logistical issues going on. We'll all see. Yeah, Sean, we'll see what happens when players, are played too early and they lose confidence. I get what you're saying. I definitely get that. I can respect that approach too. It's definitely a dynamic that you really got to look at every variable, you know. We'll talk about that more maybe later on Mark's show or maybe tomorrow. We'll talk about it though, Sean. Stop back and we'll talk. Long off season. We'll continue to talk, guys. But anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce off here. Come on over to Steelers Nation Australia. Watch that live stream tonight. I'm going to be on there live with Mark at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until tomorrow for us here at Mike Drop Sports, I'll see you then. Peace. We'll be back with our daily upload tomorrow morning and the live show with Sean tomorrow night actually tomorrow night, guys, wait, before I go, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll have Sean tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that changes in any way in terms of time, I'll let you know. Again, Sean started a new job, so we switched his day. So Thursday we'll be on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here for Steel City Live with your boy Sean. So don't forget that, and I'll talk to Sean. If anything happens, I'll put it in the community section. So make sure you turn on your notification bell and check the community section for that day. For tomorrow, just to make sure. So, all right, guys, peace out. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Later. Thank you.